So this is the 14th video of series chess opening theories and the second part of the Ruy Lopez opening. In this video, I will tell you about Ruy Lopez opening without the a6 variations. The first part is in the description. You can check it out. And in among the 5 variations, second one is, you can say, Magnus Carlsen's one of the favorite openings. Okay. So let's see. Let's start with the first variation, that is known as classical defense. So it starts with the move pawn to e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop to b5, bishop c5, pawn c3, pawn f5, pawn to d4, then f takes e4, bishop takes c6, d takes c6, knight f to d2, bishop back to d6, then d takes e5, pawn to e3, f takes e3, bishop c5, castles, bishop takes e3, check. Okay, here you can already see it is a very dynamic line. Here black is having the bishop pair and the open board, so bishop pair will be very deadly on the open boards. In return, white is having a good development. White has already castled, but black king is still in the center, so you can say it's equal and both the players have the equal chances here, and all three results are possible. So let's go back and look at the second variation. This is known as the Berlin defense. So it starts with the move pawn to e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop to b5, and the move is knight to f6 here. Then it continues with castles, then bishop c5, knight takes e5, knight takes e4. Here the thing is, if black plays knight takes, then white want to play pawn d4 and a center fork trick will come. So it continues with queen e2, knight takes e5, queen takes e4, queen e7, knight to c3, knight g6, queen takes e7, bishop takes e7, knight d5, bishop d6, rook e1, king to d8. Here you can already see, like, if you are a end game player, then it's a very good opening choice for you, because the queens gets exchanged very early in the Berlin defense. Here you can see, like, both the players have bishop pairs, both the players have 1-1 knight, and in terms of development, it's like you can see white's pieces are more active, but here the thing is, there is a fork coming, so white has to move one of his piece, but still it's I would say it's a equal position roughly. And if you will see that black has not castled, but I think if queens are not there on the board now, it's not necessary that you have to castle only. Okay, so like all the three results are still possible. Magnus Carlsen plays it a lot from white and black side both. Okay, so now let's go back and look at the third variation, which is known as Cozio defense. So it starts with the move pawn to e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop to b5, and then knight g to e7, then castles, pawn g6, pawn c3, bishop g7, pawn to d4, so ed4, cd4, then pawn d5, then pawn takes, knight takes, rook e1 check, bishop to e6, bishop g5 attacking the queen, so queen to d6, knight b d2, and castles by black. Here it is a very simple solid opening. Here both the players have like very good development. Here white is having this central pawn, which is like black will try to target continuously, but in return it gives strength in the center for white, so it could be proved to be a dynamic advantage. Again, this position is equal and all three results are possible from this variation. Okay, so now let's go back and look at the fourth variation, which is known as bird defense. And I'm telling you this, that bird defense you can use in bullet and blitz games, because I know that so many people are there who don't prepare for this bird line, so like you can play it and you can have the advantage. So it starts with the move pawn to e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop to b5, and then the move here is knight to d4. So then here knight takes d4, pawn takes, castling by white, bishop c5, pawn c3, c6, bishop to a4, knight e7, pawn to d3, then pawn to d5, knight d2, bishop to b6. Now pawn takes, bishop takes, king h1, because this pawn was pinned, so just king is moved because you don't want that pin to be there. Later he can try pushing f4. So here just black castles. Okay, so this is again a very simple solid line. Black is having a good control in the center, good strength in the center. White is also having a good influence in the center, but there is a tension in the center currently. Okay, and once this tension like gets increased or relieved, anything, then this position is going to be very dynamic for both the sides, and the person who can attack better will have more chances. But currently though this position is equal. Okay, so now let's go back and look at the fifth variation, that is known as Steinitz variation. So it starts with the move pawn to e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop to b5, and then the move is pawn to d6, then d4, bishop e7, knight c3, knight f6, castling by white, bishop to d7, bishop takes c6, bishop takes c6, queen d3, pawn takes, knight takes, bishop back to d7, pawn to b3, castling by black, bishop b2, pawn to c6. Here you can already see like black is having the bishop pair and the board is open, but still I won't prefer like those bishops much, because these knights I feel are better here in this position. But if black manages to activate those bishops just simply by like playing some exchanges and all, then he will definitely have a very good position. Currently though it is equal for both the sides, but I personally prefer white in this position because of this d6 weakness as well. And white can like easily exchange one of the bishops for one of the knight or bishops, so like there won't be a lot of advantage. But still you can see like this position is playable, and all the three results have happened at the top level as well. Okay, so hope you have enjoyed this video. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more such videos.